If you're disciplined, in fact, that's nearly what discipline means: being able to make sacrifices. You're not disciplined if you simply do what you want at the moment, choosing immediate gratification over long-term goals. That might work for some people, and that's fine if their life is going well. But that's not discipline. Discipline means resisting the urge to act on impulse right now, and instead delaying your satisfaction for a long time, perhaps forever, focusing on something that will yield results in the future. You look ahead, understanding that sacrificing short-term pleasures today will lead to a more secure and productive tomorrow, and then you take action. It's not easy. For thousands of years, people have observed the successful thrive and the unsuccessful fail, and the conclusion is clear. The successful ones are those who sacrifice, delay their gratification, and make deals with the future. When you wake up in the morning, you might think, this could be a good day. You don't know exactly what a good day looks like, but perhaps you've had a few, and they're not so bad. You wonder if you could have another, but you're not sure. So you ask yourself, what do I need to do today to make this a good day? Your brain will give you the answer. Whether it's paying a bill buried under papers on your desk or tackling something you've been avoiding, your brain will highlight what needs attention, and if you face these challenges, you fulfill your commitments. The idea is that you don't need to calculate a utopian future. Following your own instructions, moment by moment, will bring you closer to the best outcome. You might say, at least I can start organizing myself by tackling the obvious problems around me. That's something anyone can do. You could sit down for 10 minutes and admit, I'm probably doing a dozen silly things that make my life more miserable. And that also affects the people around me. Then you identify these things. If you're willing to know the truth, you'll receive information you don't want to hear, but deep down, you already knew it. Next, you ask yourself, is there something I can do about this? And as soon as you find the answer, you realize you have a responsibility. It's something you don't want to do, but you have to face it. It's often something small and trivial, and nobody will praise you for it, but you do it anyway. This, I would say, is humility. Anyone can do this, and it's connected to overcoming life's challenges. By improving yourself, you're constraining negative actions and perceptions that make life unbearable, because failure does that. The story of Cain illustrates this. Keep making mistakes and see where that takes you. If you think failure won't make you bitter or vengeful, or cause you to harm those around you, then you're not paying attention. We all know that's true. So taking responsibility is the path to meaning. By putting yourself together, you find purpose. And that purpose helps you cope with life's suffering and malevolence. Yes, it's worse than you think, but there's more you can do about it than you might realize. There are neurological systems that underpin both negative and positive emotions. These systems interact, but they are distinct. The positive emotion system activates when you get what you want, like eating when you're hungry. It's simple. However, a more sophisticated system kicks in when you're progressing towards something meaningful, which gives life a sense of engagement on a daily basis. This feeling of moving forward doesn't have to disappear. Unlike basic needs like hunger, which are fleeting, the sense of purpose is sustaining. This system is driven by dopamine, the neurochemical involved in pleasure and addiction. Drugs like cocaine and amphetamines stimulate the same pathways. The more meaning you have in your life, the less likely you are to fall into addiction. Even in rats, a rat that's isolated and has nothing to do will get addicted to cocaine. But if you put that rat with others and let it live a fulfilling life, it won't get hooked. The purposeless rat is more prone to addiction, and the same holds true for humans. The magnitude of the reward you feel while moving towards a goal depends on the importance of that goal. The greater the goal, the more rewarding the journey. For example, in an intense football game, even if you break a finger, you might not stop playing because the reward of achieving your goal is so powerful that it numbs the pain. A sense of purpose has this analgesic effect. It helps you bear life's discomforts, motivates you, energizes you, and gives you focus, making you less fearful. No one thinks, in 100,000 years, who cares? Instead, they listen to the instinct that tells them to act, because they know that acting on it is important and necessary.